everyone, welcome back to the Local Loop. Today we are going to talk about buyers positioning themselves well in a competitive bid situation. And Jen, you had this recently.
Yeah, so recently I had a situation with buyers that finally found their dream home but ended up in a bidding war. So what do? How would we advise our buyers on how to win the house?
Yeah.
So number one is terms and conditions, right? So it doesn't come down to the price that
always,
you're offering, right? So price isn't always what's going to win a bidding war. It's all the other things around it. So certain terms and conditions are important, such as closing date. If you know that the sellers need an extended date, need a little bit more time in their house, and you can be flexible, then you give a later closing date. Or on the flip side, if they need to get out right away and you can accommodate that, that's a perfect thing to put in your offer.
Which is huge. Yeah.
The other thing that we suggest to our buyers is to waive contingencies. Although it can be risky, it is something that will bring your offer to the front of the pack, because at the end of the day, the seller wants to sell, and if they know that there's not going to be any roadblocks that will prohibit the sale of their home, they're going to look favorably in your offer if you don't have any contingencies.
Yeah, those contingencies could be an inspection contingency, it could be an appraisal contingency, or it could be financing contingency, which I know is the scariest of them all. But oftentimes we'll say to a buyer, are you really not going to buy this house if the roof needs to be redone, or if you're going to need to put in a new boiler? And chances are they still want to buy the house. But when you're in a competitive bid situation, you have to position yourself in the best possible light.
And I know that waiving the financial contingency, like if you are financing your purchase and you have a mortgage contingency, waiving that mortgage contingency can be very scary for some of our buyers.
Unless you have the cash. It's not
unless
a problem.
you have the cash, and that's definitely a better situation. But if you are positioned in that way, we can also assist you by putting you in touch with certain mortgage brokers that can actually give you a commitment loan prior to closing.
Within 48 hours, which is amazing.
That gives the sellers confidence that you'll be able to go ahead with the purchase.
The final thing is oftentimes we ask our buyers to write a letter, because oftentimes you don't know what is going to pull on the heartstrings of a seller, and sometimes it's more of an emotional reason, and they choose a buyer over someone else because, I don't know, because they had 4 kids or 5 kids like Jen,
So it's creating that connection. So if the seller feels like, oh wow, these buyers were just like us when we bought this home 10 years ago, there's that emotional connection, and it makes you stand out more than the other pool of buyers that you're going up against.
Great. So thank you so much for watching the Local Loop, and we will see you next time.
Bye.